since we ain't got no new diss tracks, it seemed like the hip hop civil war is over with. Y'all tell me your thoughts on who won that shit, bro.
Kendrick.
I'm with you.
Kendrick, because I think Ebro landed a good point earlier this week. You know what I'm saying? When he was like, every rapper that comes out, they have a region. They come from a state, city. You know what I'm saying? And they represent for that city or that state, right? And with Drake, you over here, but you haven't really gave us a door into Toronto. You know what I'm saying? And you know, bring rappers from over there, or you know what I'm saying, and things of that nature. Like, so it's like a man without an island. You know what I mean? Then another thing is when he said you acting like you trying to free the slaves. People kind of took that kind of sideways because it's like,
yeah,
it shows that you don't identify with the black struggle over here. Like,
you remember what I was saying weeks ago? I said I want to stress the fact that Drake is from Canada.
Right.
He's Canadian. He doesn't understand the American black plight.
But
he want to be accepted.
Yeah,
but he doesn't want to have all the negative connotations that it comes with.
Yeah, but see, there's ghettos and projects over there too.
Mm-hmm. And he ain't part of them neither.
Exactly. You don't shine a light on those folks. So it's like,
hell nah. And shout out to York and shout out to the Jungle, and they got hitters out there.
Yeah,
I mean, especially if you're a place that wants to prove themselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I feel like that showed that he really didn't relate, to the plight of black folks and what they go through out here. You know what I'm saying? But you want to benefit off the culture. You don't give us nothing to solid in your music. It's just about females. It appeals to, the privileged and women. It doesn't appeal to the middle class, the poor class, people in the struggle. It don't, and it's a lot more poor people and middle class than rich people. You know what I'm saying? Kendrick music, on the other hand, is the exact opposite. You know what I mean? He come from the struggle, so his music speaks to that, as well as him trying to appeal to the masses. You know what I'm saying? In general. So I think
I'm not gonna hate on Nelly because St. Louis is a real place.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
When you look back on Nelly, he was very marketable. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
he had a look. He had a commercial sound, an appeal to the masses, and a lot of his music was geared towards the ladies when he really got on, right? Because that was what sold. Like Drake is kind of similar, but Nelly
was a D-boy.
Represented an entire place that hadn't really been put on the map. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
What's so crazy about Drake is he had that opportunity to be the guy, like, I put Toronto on the map, but he wanted to do an Atlanta accent, or he wanted to take Kurt Cobain's. Remember Kurt Cobain's? He took all type of shit from him.
When Tory Lanez came out, Drake should have been bringing him out.
Tory was hard, man.
Mo G, you know what I'm saying? The young boy from out there, you know what I'm saying? Like, Drake should have been bringing these young boys out instead of trying to extract their talent and keep the light. You ain't never shined the light on your city. So when you out here by yourself. So when you got to go to war, you don't really even have your city really backing you like that.
Hey, man, remember when the Raptors beat my Warriors?
Yeah.
Bro, that whole country got one now, right? It is kind of crazy how, you don't really see, like even in the height of this whole beef, you don't really see people like, yo, this is Toronto, fuck that shit. You know what they say, man? Yeah, fuck Drake, he deserves it. You know what I mean? Like, that motherfuckers like seeing that shit, man.
So what it really is, I mean, to kind of double back on your point though, Bogey, is that bruh been on a run for since 09.
09, 08, even.
Got like a 15-year run of arguably the best the top.
He got a Hulk Hogan, John Cena type run right now, bro.
Right, so motherfuckers, once since it's been so long, a motherfucker kind of want to see him get humbled, and
like how we all couldn't stand the New England Patriots for a while.
Exactly.
Yeah.
My mama, they miss fact.
Yeah, it's like, people want to see other people shine, other people bring something to the table. Not just you monopolizing the game for as long as you feel like it. Like, nah, that
Monopolizing or colonizing?
you know what I'm saying? I mean, hey, take your pick, you know what I'm saying?
Tomato,
Because
tomato.
yeah, because he got a machine behind him,
And
you
Tory Lanez
know.
from Canada today.
But
Hey,
crazy
Tory
thing
Lanez
is,
is hard, bro. He shooting women and everything, bro.
but Tory Lanez came up rough. He spent a lot of his time in the East Coast, and he came up a little rough. You know what I'm saying? So he kind of relates to that plight. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, he's
Because
barred up too. People don't know Tory Lanez get gas,
for
bro.
sure, definitely. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like I thought he was from New York for real. Like he gives me that feeling.
He grew up. He grew up. He spent some years growing up over here. You know what I'm saying? He came over here when he was a little younger, and he spent some years growing up over here. So you know what I'm saying? Like, but when he was growing up over here, he was struggling. You know what I'm saying? So that reflects in his whole aura and how he move around. You know what I mean? But yeah, like at the
That
end
it
of the
reflects
day,
his whole aura, bro. You ain't lying.
yeah, it do. You know what I'm saying? But it rubbed off on him. You could tell the hood rubbed off on him. But
For
it's
sure.
like at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Like, bars wise, I just listened to, Kendrick joint this morning. Bars wise, you know what I mean? Kendrick definitely had them. But I just think you have to give people substance. You can't just keep making the same music with this appealing to the same shit over and over and over. You know what I mean? And then you want to be a rapper, and then you want to be in that lane too. If you're gonna make that music, then stay over there. You know what I'm saying? You didn't really see Nelly battling with other rappers like that. Besides the one thing with KRS-One, that's because KRS-One kept saying certain shit about him. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
he kept not crediting him as a rapper.
Yeah, so he shot a line at him or whatever the case may be. But he was in his own lane. You know what I'm saying? But
Hey,
when you at that got the top spot, and it's like, and it's like you supposed to be the number one rapper, but you're not giving the people no substance. I think people gonna get tired of that eventually, man.
yeah, no, them is facts. Look, Tino got a good question. If Drake was from a U.S. city, would we be talking GOAT?
I mean,
Mm,
here's the thing: is I think I'm gonna say no. You know why? The fact that he's from Canada makes him international. You know what I mean? He's an international superstar. That's a
yeah,
different type of superstardom. You know what I mean?
Already.
yeah.
Like, when you're coming up in America, bro, you got your look, like you got your Bay Area artists, right? They popping in the Bay. They independent. They might make as much money as a
But see,
motherfucking mainstream artist, but their notoriety is nowhere near because they don't got a machine behind them. But they're not tripping because they can stay in their little bubble. You know what I mean? When you got someone like Drake, it would make sense to stand next to everybody and make different sounds and popularize other regional sounds. But the thing that sucks is he's using it as his own. You know what I mean?
I
He's
think,
using
I
his
think,
platform to poach
I
different
think,
cultures. You feel me?
yeah.
Like
See,
different sounds.
yeah. See that's the thing. Like, I think that you know, with him, he has a lot of things that played in his favor. You know what I'm saying? His him coming from acting. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
you already have the net. You already can network with people on a certain type of level. You know what I'm saying? Then
And he's Jewish.
that too. You know what I mean? So now with that point right there, a lot of Jewish people own a lot of shit when it comes to hip hop. Let's be real,
and just
and
media
other shit
period.
too.
We're
You know what
forgetting
I'm saying?
too, though.
Hmm?
Wayne was the
Hollywood.
hottest dude at that time, and that co-stamp right there,
That too.
it was a
That
rap.
too.
We can't
When he
ignore
says
it, though. To
in
me,
Euphoria.
Drake is my favorite hip hop artist
Mhm.
of this generation.
Yeah.
To answer the question for Tino about him, if he was a US, no, he wouldn't be the GOAT.
No.
He ain't the GOAT. He's still my favorite. He made great music. Like Slim said, doesn't appeal to what the struggle was, but it's great music. 100% on everything.
But you know what? That's only because you treading the fence with rapping and R&B. See, if he was just strictly R&B
Yeah.
with a side of rap, then I think he would be in his own lane. with that. You know what I'm saying? But when you're trying to dominate rap as well and trying to make, you know, what you do the thing, you know what I'm saying? Like trying to straddle two genres. I feel like nah, man. You know,
I like that point. I want to build on that.
Rap come from the street.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It comes from the street. It comes from the struggle. So at the end of the day, if you don't got none of that in your music, you're not gonna have no long run as a hip hop artist. Because people
y'all
can't
ever
feel
fuck
you.
with The Art of War?
From who?
The book, Sun Tzu?
No, I never read.
I've read parts of it.
Yeah, so I highly recommend it. It's been in my life for the last 10 years, and on YouTube, I'll put the link in our joint, in our thread. But there's an audiobook version, and it's a very short read. People don't know, like it's one of those ones that you can handle it in a day if you listen to the audiobook even. But like one of the things they say in there is like it's basically being able to fight fire with fire. Like, you know, if your opponent is good at this, we got to beat them at their own game. And this is why I think Kendrick won, because he hit him with a blap. He hit him with a banger that is going to transcend this battle and actually get in the rotation. They're going to play it at clubs. They have the wherewithal to give all these YouTubers the white light, which is the permission to play the song. Like, we could play that song right now. We won't get flagged. That's fucking dope, right?
And
like
that's
no
dope.
one does that
that's
shit
dope.
because they're not tripping off making the stream money off the pencil. It's already going to be a #1 hit. Like that's why I think he knocks him out, because that's Drake's game. Drake is the hit maker.
But I think Kendrick took a lot of what you call it, a lot of suspect things about him and put it all in one rap. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I don't care.
Hey, he's a 69 god.
No, I don't care how tight somebody thought his music was. When he went on that front cover of that last album with them barrettes in his hair,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like with painted fingernails.
Hell.
Like, this what we doing?
Hell.
Like, come on, man.
As the kids would say.
Oh my mom.
And then the music was mid too. That's the thing, bro.
Well, like, you said that. So look, one of my questions is, give me your favorite song out of the whole 10 songs that both of them dropped. Give me your favorite song. It don't matter, you know what I mean, who won or lost.
I like that, and I like Euphoria, because Euphoria is like it was like I had to do like homework on it. You know what I mean? Like it made me go back to like when I was a young hip hop enthusiast trying to figure out what they were saying. You know what I mean? Because like, for example, when he says, daddy was a killer, you wanted to be, or Junior wanted to be like him. For the longest, I'm thinking he's talking about Dennis, fucking Drake's dad.
Nah, he was talking about what you call it? What's his name?
What's a buddy from Houston?
Yeah, Jay Prince.
Jay Prince.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
because I've been peeped that corny shit. Like,
see, I really caught that one. See, but this is why I think Euphoria was so great to me, because I was still catching shit like a week later. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
but I like Meet the Grams, and I like the one that he did with Mustard. You know what I'm saying? Because it was just something. That was a song that you gonna play that people gonna play all summer. And then he's gonna take shots at you in the song. You know what I'm saying? Just like how
remind your mother.
Yeah, it's gonna remind your ass. You know what I mean?
Probably struck a chord.
Now lyrically,
A minor.
Now lyrically, I like Drake's last diss record that he did after that. But I just felt like it was too late to have that impact once Kendrick did what he did. Once he made it a party song, it was kind of like the shit was done.
He beat him at his own game, right?
Yeah, because that's what Drake was going to try to do.
I mean, he tried to do it twice. If you think about it, with push-ups, the push-ups and the Family Matters. Those are some bops right there. Like those could have been like things that got in rotation. But you know what was funny is Joe Budden said this kind of fucked with me. He said he was so hyped when he heard Family Matters. Then, like 52 minutes later, they dropped Meet the Grams, and he was just like, I don't even want to hear Family Matters no more. And it's so funny because that's how people react, though. Yeah. Like, I think, like, and Slim just said the last Drake response was actually very good. But like the impact of the last joke, no one even cared. Like Drake's done.
No one even cared.
No one even cares, man.
But it was actually good though.
And the cool thing is, Meet the Grams. it was so disrespectful. He could have ended it there, but he
Yeah.
came back and went with the motherfucking with the mother boy, and it's done. It's,
Yep.
that hard sick shit, bro. Like you said, it was just the impact was over, bro. He knocked you out with that one boom, and you was just. Woo.
I mean, he did also say in that track, he said, "Oh, I don't even want to dish you anymore. You got me second guessing." Like, and then he says, like, "Well, you know, if you want to bring facts," and it's like, you know, that's kind of funny too, because we still don't know if Kendrick really being on the broad too, because that could just be, you know, T as well, right? So when he says, "Oh, you know, when you want to bring facts and you're ready to reciprocate it, I'm here." But, you know, I thought you were, you know, you're not a worthy adversary. Or he said something along the lines of that. And it's like, come on, bro. That's like just saying, well, that's taking your ball and going home even. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, they said the boy that sold his California house, he put it on the market for $88 million.
Oh, shit. He out of here, bro. I saw that this morning. He sold all his properties in America, or at least
pack it up. Pack it on up. Get it on up out of here, man. Get that shit up, man.
Hey, run for your life.
Put that nigga up out the country. That's crazy.
He said you a fan. Freaky ass nigga.
Right.
Yeah, pack that shit on up, man.
Oh shit, that shit.
Hey, he better drop an album real fast.
And remember what I said too, though. I said he was a Canadian. He's a Canadian fan of American hip hop. So I fell out when he was calling him a fan, because then when he hit him with the acronym for what fan meant to him. But that it was just funny, because this is a kid who's a fan. Like, you know, unfortunately, in most industries, the con artists, they get really far, bruh.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that's why there's even the term "fake it till you make it." You know what I mean? Like, there's like, it's unfortunate, but the people that are willing to steal and take from motherfuckers without actually being the creators, those guys get far. They get further, bro. You know what I mean? And you know, so I might sound like a hater, but you know, hey, Drake, I always hated Drake. I don't like the way he walks. I don't like the way he Hey, I died so many times because Kendrick took it to that kindergarten shit. You know what? And you know what? I'm the biggest hater. You know, when you go online, people hate on haters. People were like, "Yeah, me too. I hate Drake too." Like, they were bigging him up for it. I've never seen this.
I think it was just the fact that the music had no real substance, and people was kind of getting tired of the whole rollout, and you know what I mean. And then, you know, when Kendrick, he just took the things that he's seen throughout his career that people kind of already know, but they don't, you know, they probably don't have the voice to speak about it and stuff like that. Like, you know,
or they would be scared to speak on it with Drake and lose that Drake feature. You know what
exactly. I mean? You know what I'm saying? You know, the politics and all that, you know, like taking styles from people and using it in your joint, and, you know, the ghostwriters, the pen being questionable, you know, you getting around tough rappers to try to get that kind of like tough aura around you. Like, you know, people, you know, we peep the bullshit, but it's kind of overlooked because your music is good. You know what I'm saying? You know,
it was kind of crazy though when he was wearing the Murder Ones in that video, though, right?
Yeah, you know.
And, the motherfucking Family Matters video was clean too. You got to give him a little bit of props.
Yeah, because he's a master manipulator. He's very creative. I mean, he got the van from the Good Kid, Mad City joint. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he was doing his thing. But
I think if he would have came up from the bottom, which I know, you know, you can't do it at that point, but I feel like if he would have came up from the bottom, I feel like his raps would have been a lot more potent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It would have hit a lot more harder. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
so that would have been a hell of a battle at that point.
I always pay attention to certain things, right? Like, for example, J. Cole went on his response to Kendrick, right? In the hook, he's like, "My niggas that got the gun, and my niggas that do this, and my niggas will do that in the third." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because even for him, I don't think he would feel right fronting on this gun talk. So he's referencing his boys that do this shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But that, you know, that's kind of corny too, though. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
because that's him getting out of his element too. Like, you know, and I think I think he over. And I don't know if you heard the story, but It was
See, but
Schoolboy Q that kind of pulled him to the side at the Dreamville Festival.
Yeah, I wouldn't have been listening. I wouldn't have listened to Schoolboy Q. If you're gonna start it, you might as well finish it. You know what I'm saying? Because I like the way J. Cole came at Kanye when Kanye
with
had
the false idols.
Yeah, that was dope.
He did that.
That was dope. I felt like, if you would have came with that type of wordplay, that would have been crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Here's the one thing about Drake too. Is Drake, he seems like a kid that was bullied a lot. Then when he got his chance to be the bully, he embodied it. Because
like a square nigga, like typical square nigga. Man.
Yeah,
like
I mean, think about this. Out of all the niggas he could beef with, he beefs with Kendrick because Kendrick is the poet from Compton. You know what I mean? But he's connected to the streets and he's connected to the whatever blood set that Two T's and all those fools are a part of. But he's not banging on wax like that. But he's painting the pictures of the environment because this is where he's from. So he chooses to pick on this guy, not on a YG, or anybody else. You get what I'm saying? And he bit off more than he could chew. You know what I mean?
But the thing is, I don't think that Drake really came for Kendrick. I think that Kendrick just couldn't see him monopolizing the game continuously like that, and not.
Speaking of the game, pun intended. The first shot took was by Drake, and it was a song he did with the game called 100.
Where did he come at Kendrick at?
He said, if I would have stayed conscious, I would have took all your fans too. And that was a clear shot at Kendrick, and it took Kendrick a couple years to respond. That's where Control came from. People sleep on that one because the game. That's why do you think the game always? Even when the Meek Mill Drake beef was going on, the game jumped on that shit too. Start shitting on Meek. Right now, the game's shitting on Rick Ross. You know what I mean? Like the game rocks with Drake like that. I mean, he had Drake in Compton in the video. That's why Drake says, what's up with these niggas trying to see Compton?
But even with the Rick Ross joint, I don't think that Rick Ross is gonna give that any kind of energy because it's not beneficial to Ross. You know what I'm saying? It's beneficial to Ross to go at Drake. It ain't beneficial for him to go at the game. The game been quiet for years, so it's like, what am I gonna get out of this? Just rapping?
And low-key game is one of like if I was to go on a Craigslist, I needed to order someone I need to order somebody that could beef with someone on wax. He would be at the top of the list, bro. Like this dude, he's beefed with everybody, bro. That's one of those guys. No one wants to. Don't fuck with the game, bro, because the game will he'll do a whole track imitating your voice and shit. Like he's just.
I mean, the game against Rick Ross was dope, right? Just like 300 bars was dope.
That was hard.
But the thing is that
I don't really fuck with the game as an artist though.
He can't make the songs though for some reason. He's not he don't have the hit. I don't know what it is. I don't know whether
songs. It's just probably just not the album. It's just since
he got a lot of major.
Nah, because let me tell you something, right? Documentary 2 was a dope album. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like from the production.
Yeah, it was all. He had Scott Storch on there.
Yeah, that was dope ass production, man.
Yeah,
that was dope production, and lyrically he was nice on that joint.
I don't know what happened with his career though. Why it went the way that it went? You know what I mean? Because
I think he. You know what it is? I think he burnt some bridges.
Yeah, with Fifth
when he had the momentum. He not only with Fifth though, with Dre. With
that's true.
With Jimmy Levine, and Jimmy Levine
he
got
even
a lot
went
of
at Eminem at one point.
You know what I'm saying?
So you can't go at the gatekeepers.
You gotta understand
those guys you just named. They're all gatekeepers. You can't go at them. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
they'll put you under their thumb. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 50, Eminem, Dre, and Jimmy Levine. Them is powerhouses.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? You burn bridges with them, it's like. What you gonna do from that point on? And Jimmy Levine got that type of, pull.
He got that type of pull.
He can shadow ban your ass.
He's getting essay right now. He's getting hit with all the essay charges, but he's straight, bro. Like he's gonna get over on that one.
But I'm gonna tell you, right? Game could have still dropped joints, but I think the problem is that he was focused more on rapping and not making hits. And also, the people that's coming up, he do a lot of goofy shit. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And he's very unpredictable, so people be kind of like, I don't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? So, because I mean, why he never got a beat from Mustard? All these
You
newer
ain't lying,
producers out
man.
here, like, you know what I'm saying? Why they not messing with him?
Yeah,
You know
how
what I
come
mean?
he doesn't co-sign the next up and coming West Coast guys? You right? I never thought of
No,
that, bro. That's 10
he
points.
does, but they don't really fool with him. You know what I'm saying? You know, because he talked about Kendrick and bigged up Kendrick and bigged up Nipsey Hussle when Nipsey Hussle was coming in the game. But
He
I'm talking
fucked
about the
early. Pause.
I mean, I mean, I guess when you have a rap sheet like that, pun intended, if your rap sheet is beefing with everybody, you know what I mean?
that it's unpredictable, and when you're unpredictable, people be kind of like,
You become a
they be kind of
liability.
exactly. That's the word I was looking for. You become a
Yeah.
liability, and people be
Oh
kind of
yeah.
like iffy when it comes to dealing with you. It's like, I don't know, man, because we might do this song today, and then tomorrow he jumping on the track
He'll diss
dissing
you.
some nigga dissing me, and I ain't got time for
Don't
that.
let the
It's too
game
much
see you because
gimmicks.
he's sitting down or something like that. He's gonna write it in his notepad. like,
Yeah, it's too much
yeah, I
gimmicks in
got
him,
it. I got the
man.
picture and everything. And then he's connected with Whack, right? And
Oh
Whack's the
man,
type of
but
dude. He got
yeah,
a dossier on everybody. You feel
yeah,
me?
that did, like, because the one thing that I don't agree with Wack with, because I don't, you know what, I don't knock Wack for doing what he do on Clubhouse, because I feel like if DJ Academics
They all
and
do the same
Adam
shit.
22 and all these people can go get that bag, why can't a hood nigga go get that bag in that lane? Go
Yeah.
get that bag. You know what I'm
This
saying?
P Funk.
But the only thing that I didn't agree with him was the whole Nipsey Hussle thing. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't like that was real nasty. You know what I'm saying? And
And
then
it's the whole thing with how he's trying to act like he just first of all, if you ever hear old Bogard justifying something, I'm probably wrong. You know what I mean? So
mm,
with that said, it seems like he's justifying the fact that he has this footage allegedly,
yeah, I
and
don't
that
like
like
that.
he's the one stopping it from coming out. But you're
Yeah,
telling everyone it exists if it
I
does
don't like
exist.
that.
I don't like
Yeah, I
that
don't
either.
like
That's
that.
like dry snitching.
And it has
And
who?
hmm?
That and it is extortion. It is basically extortion at its finest in everyone's face. Like,
but
but in
my
reverse, he's like
but
he's withholding it.
But he
but
said
my
he got it from Big U though. He said Big U
Supposedly, allegedly.
that shit.
I mean, I don't know who to believe when it comes to that right there. Honestly, my thing is this. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you had even an ounce of respect for that man,
Yeah,
I'm
and
saying.
you knew you could have bought that tape and have it in your possession, you would destroy it.
yeah,
What's the point of even talking about it? You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
that I don't like the, because I felt like Nipsey meant a whole lot. If his career could have went on how it was going, and going up because
yeah.
he was
Like
rising right before
he's
he got killed.
make him a legend, not a martyr. Or
I
what
feel
am I
like he
saying
would
that
have.
right?
Right. I think so.
Yeah, I
So it's
felt.
like bro, it's trying to taint his legacy essentially, right?
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah,
I
I don't
don't
like
like. And
that
then
either.
Game wonder why they took Game off the track. With
Oh
with the
shit! I
Nipsey
never
album.
thought of that.
Yeah,
Facts.
his brother
Because
did
he was
that
supposed
because
to
it's
be on
like you're
that
not
joint with
going. I
all
don't
them.
care.
Facts.
Listen, if you're not going to
Shut it
disrespect
down.
my bro or your man's who nigga who manages you, standing right next to this dude talking crazy about my brother, and then think that you're gonna be on my album, absolutely not.
No, facts.
You know what I'm saying? So I get it. You know what I mean? But that's the only thing I didn't agree with because I felt like Nipsey meant a whole lot more to hip hop than just rap. You know what I'm saying? He brought
Saying.
more to consciousness and kind of like with how Tupac was conscious, in that way. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Hey
So
man, and you know how many times I had to argue with people, like because how Tupac actually had first shot himself, bro. That was the story that went around like 20 years later,
yeah,
and it made
yeah,
sense though because they was drawing down on him. He tried to draw down hella quick, but you know what I mean. And
yeah,
then once they heard the gunshot, they started, natural reaction. They started firing back, bro. And
yeah,
it's like, damn, because it ruins the legacy, so to speak. to certain
Yeah,
people. Like,
it
nah, that
kind of
didn't
did.
happen, man.
I
Nah,
ain't,
fuck
I,
that.
I ain't gonna front. Like, you know, Tupac made some mistakes when it came to like because it's like okay, I watched this Vibe interview, and he admitted that Biggie didn't have anything to do with him getting shot. So I'm like, well, the same way you was vocal about Biggie having something to do with it, now you know for sure that it was those Jimmy Henchmen and them cats.
Yeah.
Why wasn't you so vocal about cleaning that up? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's kind of like you just made other excuses for it in the Vibe interview. Well, he could have called this person. He could have did this.
I
Well,
remember that
Big
Vibe
told
interview,
you.
man.
Look.
Because he changed his whole tune after that.
But look, exactly. But look,
Yeah, he went out. He straight went after Big and them after that.
this is exactly what happened with that situation of him or that Quiet Studio shit, right? When when Pac came up here, Pac was doing movies around that time. He was getting into
Yeah,
acting, right?
and he was doing mad
So
features because he needed
so
money, bruh.
yeah,
He was
exactly.
fighting that case.
So Jimmy Henchman and Haitian Jack, they helped produce Above the Rim. They was putting the money behind the scenes. See, they was gangsters running around in the street, but they took some of that money and they was putting it into legal stuff.
And they have Pac, and Pac, he adored. This is like this. I mean, these are the words that Pac used. People use. They say Pac adored Haitian Jack. He just followed him like a dog, like a best friend, like a little brother.
Let me just land this. Let me just get this
Go
point
ahead,
right.
do your thing. I'm gonna let you cook.
So at the end of the day, like when he got introduced to them, Big introduced him to them cats to do the movie. You know what I'm saying? When Pac started hanging with them dudes without Big's knowledge. You know what I'm saying? So when Big got wind of that, he was like, yo, I don't think you should be really hanging with them dudes like that because
Those
them
dudes
dudes is
are real.
really running around in the street for real. So if you're gonna do business, just keep it on the business level. You know what I'm saying? But Pac took a liking to them because they was real gangsters moving around. You know what I'm saying? This, that, and the
I
third.
mean, he's bitch. I mean, Bird in fucking in Above the Rim. That's basically Haitian Jack right there.
Yeah, that was like I said, they put money in that to help
No, but
produce
I'm
that
saying
movie.
the character of Bird, like Pac's character, because
Nah, Haitian Jack was
he
no
shadowed
Haitian
him
Jack.
though.
Nah, not really. Haitian Jack was
No,
way more dangerous
not
than
the.
that.
I'm not talking about like the mannerisms. Right there. I'm talking about the character of in the movie Bird in Above the Rim. That was supposed to be the gangster figure. It's so that's not
I'm gonna
true.
tell you. I'm gonna tell you what kind of dude like Haitian Jack was from what I used to hear growing up. Like them niggas used to run up in drug spots and be robbing, shootouts, extortion. Like they was into everything. You know what I'm saying? And they got a lot of that money up the hard way. You know what I mean? And took that money and put it into what they did. But regardless of the case, like Pac and them cats had crossed wires when that whole thing with that female happened. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
With the
Pac,
essay case.
yeah, and Pac was in the newspaper saying that he was hanging around some hanger-ons or something like that. That's how he referred to
Oh,
them.
they don't like that
Jimmy
at
Henchman
all.
took Jimmy Henchman and them. They took offense to that. You know what I'm saying?
Fuck yeah, that's disrespect.
That's when the Quad Studios joint happened. You know what I mean? Big
Because
didn't know. Big didn't have no knowledge
I
of
gotta
any of
add a
this shit
piece to
because they're
that.
not gonna tell Biggie none of this shit because it's none of his business. We dealing with him. If
But
something's
here's
gonna
the thing though
go
too.
wrong
When
with us,
Pac called
we gonna
him,
deal with him. We ain't gotta check in with you. You know what I'm
Pac
saying?
got called him though. He said he was supposed to collab with one of
Lil
Yeah,
Sean. We're supposed to do
yeah
a song with Lil
yeah,
Sean.
yeah. He
and
was supposed
then
to,
Pac
but
was
he was
demanding the bread though, and he
nah.
was mad
But
disrespectful, yelling
nah,
at Jimmy on the phone. Like,
but you
you
see,
better have my fucking money and whoop whoop whoop. You know
but
what I
see,
mean?
when Pac hollered at Big and Sean because Big and Lil Sean and Puff was all up in the studio. When Pac hollered at them cats didn't know that Jimmy was gonna send niggas at Pac in that lobby, or else they would have told him don't even pull up here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They had that much respect for him. You know what I mean? There was no issue between Big and Pac at that point.
At
You know what I
all.
mean? So Pac got shot in that situation, whatever. And
yeah, there's an interview out there with the dude that actually was one of the gunmen because he's still alive.
Yeah, some dude named Dex or something.
And Stretch's brother.
Yeah,
Now Stretch was a snake.
Yeah,
But,
Stretch was in on it. He was the one like that, but also because Stretch could be bought apparently.
But the thing is, like when Pac, you know, got shot, went to jail, he went to listening to cats in jail tell him about a situation that you know about. How you let niggas in jail tell you about some shit that you know about?
Hey, the motherfuckers in jail know it all too.
So you come out and it's fuck Bad Boy, fuck Biggie, but it's like, where the fuck this energy coming from?
Yeah.
That's why Big wasn't so quick to respond, because he like, yo, where the fuck is this coming from? Nigga, I could set you up to get shot and robbed, nigga. What the fuck I got to gain from that? I'm making my own money doing what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying?
It is sad too because I could pinpoint where the paranoia comes from. It comes from when Big told him, "Hey, bro, don't be fucking with them, bro. They almost too real for you, Pac." And then you know what I mean? When all the shit boils down, he goes, "Big tried to warn me. Big set me up." You know what I mean? Or at least that became a power play.
And that's my thing.
It just became a power play. You know what I mean?
And that's my thing. It was supposed to be a power play for Pac, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? But Pac had this thing where he wanted to be around the gangster shit, because even you could see when he went to the West Coast, you know, he was doing like he was with Suge, and Suge had him mixed up in all that bullshit. But Pac was he that's what he wanted.
You know what's
fucked up? And you ended up jumping out there when you really wasn't supposed to be jumping out there. You're supposed to be playing your position as the artist, and end up getting killed, getting caught up in some beef that really ain't got nothing to do with you.
But one thing about Pac though, before he got with Death Row, he already had LA ties though, because when he did the Thug Life album in like '95, it was either before Me Against the World or it was after Me Against the World. It dropped. No, it was before Me Against the World.
Yeah, he had a gang of joints. He had joints with Snoop and
Big Sight and all them cats.
It's niggas own Thug Life. Thug Life had
facts. That's facts.
But here's another thing too.
But my thing is, why go to the West Coast and now become a blood at your later stage in your career when you're trying to get right?
You ready for this?
And then insert yourself in some shit.
Hey, a motherfucker goes broke, you get dangerous, bruh, and desperate. Like I think when the money gets low, that's when things get when people right. And he was in debt. He was in debt, bro. They bought him. They basically was owned by them, not only contractually, but because they paid the $1 million whatever for the bail.
Yeah, but he could have hustled his way out of that. He had enough momentum.
And he really did though, because he had a 3-album deal. But he had a three-album deal, right? So, and people don't know, when you drop a double disc back in the days, that's 2 albums.
Well, everything, but
right out the gate, he dropped All Eyes on Me. Then he had Machiavelli in the can. And you know what's crazy is that Machiavelli was actually the one where he was naming Haitian Jack and all them Jimmy henchmen. He was laying out the whole thing. But then he was also like going at the Fugees randomly now, because everybody that was in there
you can't keep up the beef with Big, and you know for a fact who's talking. But go ahead, Jay. What you talking?
But the theory about the nigga being broke, it's not true, because the nigga in all that unreleased music, he got a line like, bruh, nigga, I sold 5 million. He said first it said I sold 1 million. Then he said, nah, fuck that. I sold 5. My shit went platinum. It was, man, look, bro. That nigga knew who he was. Right after All Eyes on Me took off, bro, it was a wrap. 100%, bro. There was no way that nigga was broke, bro.
Not to mention, he did Poetic Justice. He did Gridlock. He did
gang related.
Like 2 other gang related. The other movie with the white dude with the patch on his eye.
No.
Right.
Bullet.
There you go.
Is the nigga about, I mean, they said that he got MOB tatted on him. So he, you know.
Yeah, and what's that? What was the dude? The dude that be doing the Vlad interviews? He's a Mob Pyru.
Mob
Mob James.
Mob James. Yeah, Mob James he's very vocal about that. They didn't like that.
Yeah, that's Buntry's brother. But
yeah, he's like, we didn't like that. He got the MOB tag now. Oh, now he Mob.
I think he always kind of had something out for Pac though.
He had something out for Suge too, for sure.
Yeah.
Hey, the nigga Pac, with his upcoming in the Black Panther movement, bruh, the nigga already was having I'm pushing the movement tendencies. No matter was in his stage of life.
You ain't lying. It went from thug life to the MOB.
I'm pushing this movement. So when he got with Death Row and he seen the environment, and he already had interactions with him because Death Row is the one that did the Above the Rim soundtrack. He got music on there. He got music on another soundtrack that they did.
My life. Second one time. Hey, that was my shit on the gang related
interactions with Suge. Suge is on record saying that he gave Pac his first big check in the industry. He gave him like $200,000 for just one song, 2 songs, and it was like, "This how y'all doing it over here?" Right?
Yeah.
The thing is that when he finally got with Death Row, even though Suge, he wore red from the community over there, Dog Pound, they blue from their community, the whole thing. It was just that he was pushing the movement, bro, 100%, bro. That's all it was. So he was waiting for whatever they got going on. He's in the mix. He's not ducking none of that, and that just be part of his demise is that he was just in tune of the surroundings of the interactions of the movement that he was pushing. Because he say in general, you know what I mean, 100%. And he pushing the law, and it just happened to be he was just had that at a 25-year-old, you know what I mean? 100%.
Yeah. I mean, don't get it twisted. Like I understand the psychology of he wanted to belong to a group of niggas that was going ride to the end. You know what I'm saying? With him, you know what I mean? And he got tired of being on the outside of that conversation. You know what I'm saying? So I totally get it with Pac, what he was trying to accomplish, you know what I'm saying? But my thing was, you put a target on Big Back, you know what I'm saying? And Son didn't deserve that. He didn't do anything grimy to you for you not to speak up when you now found out the truth. Even if you made a mistake in the beginning and you said, okay, well, I thought, you know what I'm saying, it was this way, but I found out what it was, so now it's this way. I felt like you should have been that vocal about it when you found out the truth and who really had you lined up for whatever reason. You know what I'm saying? That was my only thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And he was real scared to fuck with Haitian Jack and him. I ain't gonna hold you, bro.
I mean, Haitian Jack was a hitter, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was a straight up gangster, you know what I mean?
Let's get this question out the way so we can get to the next topic, bro.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Tino said, do you think rap music is becoming less popular because music companies don't want to deal with the gangster music?
I mean, I can show you on a smaller scale when the hypey shit was popping. The hypey shit was popping in the mainstream. Now we got artists being signed from the Bay because it's marketable, right? Like there's a movement that E40 is going 4 times platinum just in the Bay Area alone, type of shit. So of course companies came knocking, but the hyphy movement in itself was like, you have a club function going on. Everyone that can't get in, they're stomping all the cars out in the parking lot, and that's just like a normal thing, right? They're shooting up the crowd, and you know what I mean? It's just that's hyphy shit. Then next artists can't perform now in the clubs,
right?
Because of this shit. So now, to answer Tino's question on a larger scale, it's like, okay, the independents are going to be stronger now, but the mainstreams, it might be far and few. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, look, the country music is actually winning again. You know what I mean? And so, like, you even see Beyonce making country shit. You see what I'm saying? Like,
I feel like hip hop is getting less popular because the thing is, when you look at the thing about hip hop is from the street. That's the foundation of it. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like it's a double-edged sword when you're dealing with cats that's coming from the struggle. because you got the street element, but you also got great talent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And sometimes, and back then with them labels back then, the way they was thinking about it was like, yo, the talent overrode the nonsense that came with it. So fuck it, I'm gonna deal with it. I'm a roll the dice, because the people that's coming with the talent, like imagine like when Jeezy came out with BMF, you know, that whole situation.
Yeah.
That shit
The Allure.
rocked the fucking nation. Like, you know what I'm saying?
It really did.
Everybody was, you know what I mean? I feel like you get explosive
King
artists
Vaughn,
when you
King
deal.
Vaughn was about to be the dude.
So I'm gonna disagree with y'all. So look, all we just looking for is that next wave, because just like how Bogey said about Vaughn, but we gonna go back to Sosa. But when Sosa first, he started a whole new wave everywhere from the whole Midwest. They was doing drill.
Whole country.
Then to Jacksonville, to New York, to
everybody. Yeah.
Everybody.
London niggas.
Europe.
Drill.
Fucking Switzerland, London.
But they got London producers that translated back into the States.
It became the sound.
What songs. And so the drill scene was really from like 2010, 2011 till just not too long ago. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you ain't lying.
Out, but it was kind of like,
I mean, even Drake's response in Family Matters, that second beat is a drill.
So you had two sides of a drill. You had the New York, the Brooklyn shit. Then when they candle kind of went out, the Bronx niggas started kind of like taking it over. So, and that's like a 9-year run, a 10-year run right there on just one sound that took over everywhere. You know?
Yeah.
So,
shit, and that's right. I forgot about
Pop Smoke out
of Brooklyn too.
Hip hop is not becoming less popular. We're just transitioning into the next whatever it's finna be. You know what I mean? Somebody finna take off here pretty soon. It's the fucking age of the internet, bro. Oh my God.
But see, the thing is, all right. So, but the thing is this, right?
Huh?
The thing is this, right? I don't feel like these labels really support the gangster music like they did before in the 90s. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's why the wave is taking so long. You know what I mean? Because to be honest, from 2012 to now, it should have been another artist that came out and brung the next wave.
Hey, you know who that might have been?
You know what I'm saying?
Bro? Fucking Pop Smoke, bro. Pop Smoke was like,
yeah, but he got killed. Nipsey,
but he got
killed.
Bro. Like,
I'm glad you said that, Bogey, because like the double back though, Slim, nigga, the motherfucking drill niggas, nigga, they was getting big label.
They all die though. That's the thing though.
And fucking
I hate to say it laughing, it's sad, but
off that shit, bro.
And their music blows. I mean, you're worth more when you're dead too. I ain't gonna. I mean, it's art, right? It's just like Picasso and all the motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? When they was alive, they was doing their thing, but when they was dead, it was on.
Yeah.
But I think the thing that people lack right now in hip hop is the hunger to make great music. I don't hear that. I hear like, okay, I'm gonna challenge your point, right? When Schoolboy Q, when they interviewed him last week, and he said what he said about
the J. Cole.
No, he said that not J. Cole. He said that they asked him about hip hop, and he said rappers don't want to be rappers no more. They want to be content creators. You know what I'm saying? Because they just chasing the bag instead of chasing the talent. The talent is because the talent is gonna bring the bag. It's gonna bring everything your way. But
not in this day and age.